All right, welcome back to SaberCast Studios. Here we're doing the SaberCat one. Fuck me, I'm going to re-record that. All right.
I'm a fucking idiot.
I know, I'm the worst, aren't I?
Yes. Is this why your interviews take so fucking long? Because you keep fucking up?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, let's try this again. So, we are back with the SaberCast Studios production of the SaberCat series. Here in the studio today, I begrudgingly have brought in someone who has accused me of many times of hating friendship for not interviewing him sooner, Muford.
Hey, you hate friendship still.
Hey, I know. All right. Muford has recently had a whole bunch of stuff going well for him. Most recently, he was elected as the new co-GM of the SaberCats, which was due to our other co-GM, Dan Mueller, having to step down because he got promoted to the head office with yours truly, Commissioner Sweetwater. So, Muford, how do you feel about your new appointment as co-GM of the SaberCats?
Oh, it's not too bad, I have to say. I was able to get a lot of information back and forth with CK before he actually ended up deciding to pick me. It did suck, though, because I was just with Jiggly and helping him make some moves for the Chicago Blues, and I moved up in the world. Sorry, Jiggly.
Hey, that's all right. Promotion's great any day. Next question is, how do you feel about the new head office appointments, both of them being from the SaberCats?
I think that is a wonderful thing. I believe that Dan Miller or Hawk 777 Hawk, whatever, and yourself can bring some interesting input to the head office and maybe come down and change some things that have been going on instead of having, three of them on the same team. And it also brings new ideas and fresh light into the head office.
Definitely going to abuse my power and tamper the shit out of everything. I mean, no, I'm going to be totally fair. So, Muford, we talk every single night, but I rarely know what you're doing in terms of the GM stuff. So you want to talk to people about some of the changes you're looking forward to in Season 3 for us?
I've mostly right now for the sim that I do own, which is crazy. I've been messing a lot with our offense because we just acquired Kendrick or Mayran Jackson.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So I'm just back and forth, putting in like 30, 40 sims a night, trying to figure out what's a good way to get the offense flowing through our scary triple threat of receivers.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good this year as far as receivers go. But I have noticed that Ethan Hunt is still throwing some questionable choices here. He had, 3 interceptions in the past one, 2 or 3 in our past game here. It's Monday night, so we've just watched those games happen. We just lost, 32-3 to the Outlaws. So how do you think we go about fixing the quarterback issue we may be looking at here?
Yeah, he had 3 interceptions against the Outlaws. But I can't really blame him until we get some more games in because we all know the Outlaws have the best defense in the league. So looking at it that way, I'm not mad, and I didn't really get the right sims in my opinion, to change it up. But we have to take it day by day, game by game, see what goes on, and hopefully we can get him on the right track.
Sounds good. How about the running game? It seems almost non-existent at times. Have we looked into changing any of that up?
Me and CK are talking almost on a daily basis as well of what we can do to fix our running game. Right now, we're just hoping to get Durden going, and losing Longshaw hurt a little bit, but I'm not going to lie, it's nice to see Jordy Yates out on the other tackle position, and hopefully we can get some good runs going against the Wraiths.
Sounds good. I'm excited for that one. especially because the Wraiths have such a high-powered offense, and it seems like our defense has really stepped up this season.
I I can't disagree with you there. After watching Arizona's game live, we only let up 2 touchdowns to their offense. Granted, they don't have the most high-powered offense in the league, but the 2 touchdowns we did let up were off of turnovers in our red zone. Held them to 6 field goals. Looks like we have a bend not break defense. Hey, as long as they don't let them score touchdowns, we have a chance to win it.
I like that. Sounds good to me, and it's great to be a part of that great defense that we've got going on there. Hopefully it shows up even more significantly in these coming games. So let's talk about something big you've made. You kind of made a splash within the first couple of days of being elected to your new co-GM spot. You had a big trade with the Yeti. Tell us about that.
Oh, where to begin? Longshaw has been a wonderful cornerstone on our offensive line for season 1 and 2, even though I wasn't here in season 1. Him going inactive really put a huge damper on that. So we had to look to try to change it up a little bit, excuse me. So I was looking through So we had to look to change it up, and looking at different teams that we thought we could make an impact or get some bodies from, which we did with the Yeti. I believe that Torque Luth was a huge steal for us because we can plug him in at safety or linebacker. And against Arizona, he had like 12 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble or a fumble recovery. It was beautiful. And Tech has been very quiet, but I believe he can help shore up our offensive line. He's not at where Ben Longshaw was when we traded him, but he's active and willing to help.
Awesome. Sounds like it was a pretty good win for us. Did we give up? We gave up some trade spots for that, or some draft picks for that, correct?
Yeah, we gave up our season 4 first round pick. We gave up our season 5 third and 5th round pick, but we do get a conditional 3rd round pick in season 5 if Jackson does not re-sign in San Jose.
Okay. Sounds like it's overall not too bad. It's a shame to see us give up that first round pick, but we get 3 big players out of it. A new active O-lineman who are always welcome. We get a new safety who we can start running through the nickel or run some sub packages, which could be great. And we get a brand new receiver. And we're honestly, I think with the addition of Jackson, we have one of the best receiving trios in the league at this point, theoretically.
Oh yeah, I believe that as well. On paper, I would dare say we probably have the best trio in the league on paper. It's just now that we got to get balls to them, and there's only one football, so that could be a problem. But that's why we got to keep messing with the sim and seeing what we can do.
All right, so it sounds like you have a plan to get us all the way to the Ultimus, which is good news for all of us SaberCats fans.
I would love to see us in the Ultimus, but our biggest hurdle right now is just making the playoffs. I feel that we can.
I think we could make a push for the playoffs this year. I think that's something that could definitely happen. Now, is it going to happen? I mean, is it going to happen consistently year in and year out? No. Is it going to happen if we don't have actives? Also, no. But I do think that we could push for at least challenge the Otters for that second slot in the ASFC.
I agree completely. I hope and I'm praying that we can, but watching what the Otters put up in week 1 was scary. They put up 45 points against
the Liberty. Yes, they did. But the Liberty are running a brand new quarterback, and he did not do amazingly, especially against Dermot Lavelle, who is one of the best cornerbacks in the league. I think he threw a couple of picks to him, so it's, Liberty have some ground to make up. Rove is on the way to becoming better than Jameis Christ if he isn't already, but in that time, almost every other defense has gotten better in the league.
I mean, just looking at the Liberty's defense, you'd think that they would do something. But it was hard to see Rove throw 2 interceptions early on, and it was downhill from there. Their defense could not stop the Otters. And they were supposed to be, a top 2 defense behind Arizona this year?
Yeah, they were considered by some to be one of the best defenses in the league. So we'll see how that actually pans out. But if the Otters are putting up that much on someone who's considered the best defense, it really just means either the Otters are going to destroy or the Philadelphia defense is not as good as we thought, and we need to start reanalyzing what we think about defenses and how we think about how they're going to perform. All right, let's move on to something a little lighter. We've got 2 shiny new first-round picks who just played in their very first NSFL game. How do we feel about them? Let's start with our number 4 overall pick, Bailey Island, also known as Benson Bailey.
Oh, where to begin with Mr. Bailey? In the game alone, I think let me look. Let me pull up these stats real quick. 4 tackles and 4 pass deflections against not arguably, one of the better receivers in the league in Evans. Granted, Evans still did get 5 receptions and 116 yards, which is problematic, but it's coming along. So his play on the field has been not bad for a first-round pick for someone that's at right under 200 TPE. But that's not that's one of the reasons we drafted him. But one of the other reasons we drafted him is his activity. From what I've noticed with Mr. Bailey, is he's one of the few that are hugely active in our Discord and in our locker room. He's always there to listen and give ideas and shoot the shit with us, and it's one hell of a pick that we picked up at number 4.
Yeah, he was definitely at the top of my draft board going into the draft as far as who I thought we would be able to get. You know, we obviously weren't going to get Boggs or possibly even Sandoval or whatever, but I knew with one of our 2 top 5 picks, we needed to make a play on this guy, and I believe it'll pan out here very soon. It's his first season in the league, and he's already shy of 200 TPE. That's huge.
It's amazing what he's been doing, and like I said, he's been putting in work everywhere. He's writing media. He's got $8 million in the bank right now. He's in the Discord. He's in the locker room. He's doing what he needs to do to help make this team better.
Awesome. Well, let's now talk about our number 5 overall pick. Some who said was a significant reach with Aya Blewett, otherwise known as Rabid Sponge.
Good old Rabid Sponge. I didn't know sponges could be rabid, but hey, I guess you learn something new every day, right? Good thing about Sponge is, just like Bailey, he's been hell of active in our Discord and in our locker room. He's another guy that's there that listens and is able to bounce ideas back and forth with, and is just like giving really good input in even PMs that I've been having with him. And stat-wise, he's nothing to laugh at. He had 10 punts for 524 yards, along a 65 and 2 inside the 20. And he only kicked 1 field goal since we had a little bit of an off day, I would say, against Arizona, but it was in the 40 to 49 yard range. So he's not something to laugh at. Maybe some people say he was a reach at number 5, and he probably would have been there in the second round, but we didn't really have a second round pick. He might have been there in the third round. But last year, we probably lost a good 3 to 4 games because we had a 50 TPE inactive kicker that couldn't hit the broadside of the barn. So I'm okay with that reach for Blewett, and I hope that he continues to improve and be top of his class.
Yeah, I think his play of the game was midway through. I believe it was the third quarter. We had a not fantastic drive, but he managed to pin them on the 2-yard line. Now, if they aren't the Outlaws, that's a safety a lot of the time.
I'd have to completely agree with that. He just he was doing what we needed a kicker to do and what we've talked about we wanted from our kicker. And I'm glad that we were able to get Blewett, even though, like you said, a lot of people call it a reach. I'm okay with it.
And how about our newest? We grabbed him in the third round, but our new addition to the defensive tackle line, Calculated Chambers.
Oh, calculated Chambers. He was tearing up the preseason and is another guy that has been active in the Discord and in the locker room as well. He's been writing a little bit, but not as much, but that's not a big problem to me. He seems like he's learning what to do from the great Dan Miller to make a dastardly duo of defensive tackle. And he's willing to put in the time and effort to make himself better. And it seems like he's really enjoying the league. So it's good to have another guy that's active in our locker room and Discord.
Yeah, it's been really nice to have these players who are actually drafted and show up every day and have fun and talk to us instead of just immediately going inactive or immediately retiring or just kind of ghosting us. It's been a long road to get here, but I feel like we're trending in the right direction, and I'm excited to see how this kind of continues on and goes forward.
Me too. I think that we've picked up 3 great guys in the first 3 rounds, and I just can't continue to see them improve and think that they're going to be forces to be reckoned with in this league.
So let's change gears a little bit here. We've talked about things that we've liked in the SaberCats world, and that'll be most of our focus here. But let's get a little bit of a SaberCats perspective on stuff going out throughout the rest of the league. So we have most recently, honestly, the big story of the day. Well, there's a couple big stories of the day. The biggest story from over the weekend was Noble.
Yeah, that was a huge thing, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I've been wanting to talk to someone about it since I saw it. I haven't been back home until today. And the word on the street is that you had a little something to do with finding out about his overuse of his powers.
um, I hate to do it, but yeah, me and I talk to every now and again, quite often actually. And we were talking about the Ultimus week, and we both noticed that it was due on like the fucking 4th or something, and we looked at it. I was like, oh, he put a placeholder. I guess he didn't have time. And then like 3 or 4 days later, it was, oh shit, his is in, and he has 10 TPE. Something's wrong here. So me and her started doing a little snooping around, going through some different things, just watching, and finally one night I was like, hey man, I'm just gonna do it, and I went through his season 2 point tasks and realized that he didn't have any of them.
None, just no point tasks done at all.
He did his predictions, but he didn't do any of the written point tasks, and it was just there was nothing there. And we compared and contrasted the notes that me and her were both looking up at different points, and look what we found.
Man, it's, he was such a big part of the league. He definitely bit off more than he could chew after having seen his schedule that he kept bringing up in Discord or in whatever else. It's a shame to see it happen. It really is. It doesn't look great for the league. It doesn't make anybody feel really good, but it's something we do have to live with, and it's something we will definitely be working on to get better with. We've got more checks. We've got new blood in the head office. We've got a new head of updating. We've got all sorts of stuff. We're hoping to keep this in place so that we can keep this league running smoothly and that we can make it so that it's not this league that's known for these scandals that break out, but more for the fun that it brings to everybody who's part of it.
Oh yeah, I think the head office is doing a great job. Me personally, I believe that Noble's punishment was not harsh enough, and his player punishment was too harsh. I don't think his player should have been suspended for the season, but I think he, as a user, should have been permabanned. But hey, that's one person's opinion to everyone else's, right?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, being a member of the head office, I can tell you right now, I've only been there for a few days, and having seen what gets discussed and having seen what goes into decisions like these, and I'm not going to give any of those specifics out. That's just not my place, and would be irresponsible of me as a new member. But I will say I can understand why they do what they do, and I can definitely see how hard it is to make these decisions. I can promise you all that a lot of thought goes into everything that goes on there. There's a lot of discussion that happens. I know it feels like at times the head office doesn't listen or doesn't care, but we're out there, we're listening, we care. We want to make sure that the league is fun and for all of you, and that you feel like what you're doing is worth your time. And I can assure you that I'm always accessible. Please feel free to PM me now that I'm part of the head office, and let me know what you think could be changed, or let me know what you think needs to be done about something. But we really do want to make this league as user friendly as possible, and that all comes from you guys doing your thing and making sure you're doing the right thing at all times, but also making sure you let us know what we can do to help you out. Not everything gets acted on, obviously. If everybody got their way always, this league would be a mess. But hey, it's coming through, and we're doing our best, I promise. But I have heard it's not just you, Muford, who thinks that they should have done more. There was that thread with the poll that said that 63, almost 2/3 of those polled thought that the punishment was not harsh enough. I was not part of that, obviously, but I do agree somewhat with you as a person, not as a head office member, but as Sweetwater, the Sabercast media Sabercaster, that maybe Noble's punishment should be a little bit harder. But obviously, he's leaving the league. He said he's done, so I guess that's moot at this point. But it's sad to see a team suffer so hard. But I don't think the Yeti losing Noble was the biggest shot in the foot to them. They've been making all these ridiculous trades, which is the next thing I wanted to talk to you about. It seems like every trade that goes on blows up even more than the last one.
Oh yeah, man. I wish I could understand what the hell the Yeti are doing. They're saying they're stockpiling because people weren't going to resign anyways, but I mean, season 2 was a strong, strong draft. Season 3, after the third round, you had maybe one or two active players. Season 4, you're stockpiling all these picks, but unless you're going to start trading like 5 picks for big name players, you're going to be filling your team with 2 actives and 4 or 5 inactives per draft. It doesn't make sense to me, but hey, to each their own, and if they think that's going to work, hey, it might. Maybe season 7, 8, 9, they'll be the top teams when everyone else starts regressing. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm confused about this as well, because they have how many have you done the math on how many picks they have? I think they have like 11.
They have 11 for season 4. I didn't look at season 5.
But I was looking at the pick list for season 4, and it appears as though of those 11, I think 8 of them are after round 3.
Yeah, they have 3 first rounders and a second rounder, and then everything is third, fourth, and fifth.
So 3 first rounders, that's going to be your guaranteed actives. A second rounder is going to be a more than likely active. A third rounder is a probably active or semi-active. And then me and Casey Colby talked about it in our post-draft podcast, but pretty much everybody round 4 or after is a total crapshoot on activity, and you hope to find 1 or 2 of those gems, but man, it's rough. They're guys who just didn't show the activity right away and don't seem to be putting that out. But who am I to say what is right or wrong? But I don't see a lot of teams I have a feeling the reason teams were willing to give up those picks is because they think the same way that you and I do, that anything round 4 or later is such a crapshoot that it's worth it having an active guy off of the roster versus having these random people come in. I think one solid person, and we got 3 of them for an inactive and 2 picks, right?
An inactive and 3 picks, but 2 of them are in season 5, which are the 3rd and 5th of season 5. So yeah, we got 3 active players for Longshaw.
So we essentially traded an inactive with high TPE and a future active player to get 3 active players.
Yes, and well, hey, we traded 200 TPE and a first round pick for 3 active players.
Yeah, that's another way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, was it 200 TPE at a coveted position? Yes, it was. But I do believe that we got the better end of that deal, and I honestly don't see them being able to trade those picks back to anybody for anything. It looks like teams were just dumping off late round picks to them for the most part, other than the first round picks. The first round picks are big deals, but I don't think you can package up 5 fourth or later round picks and get a first round or a second round pick or another player at this point from the Yeti or for the Yeti. I don't think they'll be able to turn all of those late round picks, which you said there's 8 of them for round 4 or later. I don't think you could even combine all 8 because nobody wants that many players. That's so many contracts you have to sign.
I mean, the Yeti want it because they're going to be fielding half a team of bots.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. I guess they're going to just stockpile everybody, but they're not going to be able to move up in the draft very well, so.
I don't know. Maybe they could wheel and deal and try to throw Noble's corpse at somebody with a slew of picks to get something else. Who knows?
Would you see us picking up Noble's corpse to have for a season if our quarterback issues don't get resolved, or if we see significant problems with quarterback?
I think Noble's corpse can rot in Colorado where it belongs.
You don't want any part of his remains anywhere near San Jose.
I mean, no. I hate to say yes or no, because what if I backtrack with CK and we actually do something? But me personally, God forbid, what if he does come back? I don't want to have that associated with San Jose. Even if he does have 420 TPE, I
don't blame you.
I can't associate cancer with San Jose.
Right. No, and it really would look bad on the organization. This would be like it would kind of be like the Dallas bringing back Greg Hardy, or the Giants bringing back their old kicker, or Minnesota bringing back a child beater for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, how bad does it look? Like, would you want Noble here?
No, I wouldn't. No, I would rather have a 50 TPE bot throw pick after pick after pick than have the charred remains of a known league cheater throughout multiple leagues, by the way, sitting on here doing fine. He could win us an Ultimates, but it would just feel dirty the whole time.
Right, it would be an asterisk afterwards because, hey, he's a cheater.
Yeah, I mean, he is. That's forever on him, but, whatever. I was just curious. I didn't know if that was a possibility. If we could strip him of being Noble and just make him a bot with Noble stuff, then I'd be okay with it.
You're right. But hey, God forbid, he says he doesn't want to come back, but I mean, you never know.
No, you really never do. All right, so what's going on in SaberCat's world? We've got obviously we're talking about this stuff. We're looking forward to the season. But I mean, is there anything going on? I saw we've got you working out with Jace Tuck over the summer. We've got we've got SaberCats players getting into bar fights with Wraith players over the off season. We got all sorts of stuff. What is going on with this organization?
Oh, things happen. Me and Jace Tuck, we are just two guys. He's a defensive end. I'm an offensive lineman. We got to do what we got to do to make ourselves better, even though he just got 3 sacks on me, that son of a bitch. For our players fighting the Wraiths, hey, I can't disclose which Wraith players they were. Wow, that was a tongue twister. But just so you know, they're just scared of us, I guess, because they couldn't handle it. They went running to the cops. And hey, you didn't mention the beautiful SIG or the beautiful logo that TLK made for us.
Yeah, oh my God, how could I forget? It's a huge deal. San Jose has rebranded. We got a brand new logo, brand new jerseys, brand new team outlook here. We found out that our logo had actually kind of been hijacked from somebody else. So we wanted to rebrand. We wanted to be something new. What do you think of our new logo?
I had to put TLK on the spot there, but man, I love this one a lot more than the Saber Sloth that he had made.
The Saber Sloth with the lopsided football over his head.
I want to post it. I'm gonna talk to him about it and probably post it either tomorrow or the next day if he's okay with that.
Can you?
Because I just want.
if you're gonna post one, you have to post the one with the thick, straight down fangs and the freaking Seahawks neon green background. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one that was in my best description, just like a warm, syrupy piss yellow.
Yeah, and baby shit green.
Oh yeah. Gross.
I think TLK should do a freaking graphic of the week of rejected Sabercat logos. And
oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. That was a good time. Why don't you talk a little bit about our process of kind of redesigning the team and everything that goes into that?
Well, you kind of mentioned it a little bit already. Looking through, the logo that was originally given to this team was taken. So we went to our graphics guy, TLK, and had him back and forth for weeks redesigning, and finally it came to something that we like. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And it's a new image, new co-GM, changing. We're just changing. Activity breeds activity. We're picking up active guys that we need and that we want to see in San Jose because we want to see San Jose do good. So it's just kind of a new face to the new team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's been an interesting process redesigning them. I know we had obviously we had the ridiculous one, but I remember us being approached about it originally was just, do we actually want to do this? And man, is it really happening kind of thing. We should give a shout out to at least a little bit to Enigma. She definitely, I know TLK had worked with her to try to figure out some new designs. I know he sent Retarded Saber Sloth over there, and she definitely said, don't go with that. So thank you, Enigma, for saving us from that.
Oh, man. I really want to post that one now just because Saber Sloth. But yes, thank you, Enigma, for working with TLK and helping us figure out what we ended up loving.
Yeah. No, it looks really good. I think the next step for us as a team in a rebrand, if there is a next step, is just to make sure the media follows. And I feel like this is step one of that is actually interviewing SaberCats players, because I have been accused of not interviewing SaberCats players because I hate friendship.
I mean, proof is in the pudding. You've interviewed a hell of a lot of other people before you even came to the Sabercat, so we see where your loyalties lie.
Yeah. God forbid I try to get some big names on here before I launch into my tirades about the Sabercats, which apparently only our team will care about.
Hey, it pays the bills, right?
It does pay the bills, and that's why it's coming here. Who do you think I should get on next? I want to get TLK. I want to get CK Royal. I wanted to get Lord Nibbler, but apparently he's been shot or something, deposed, whatever you want to call it. But maybe he just ran away from home. I don't know. But with Dan Miller no longer, with 7Hawk77 no longer the GM, I think Lord Nibbler has moved on from this planet, and the universe is fucked.
Hey, all hail our Lord and Savior, Lord Nibbler. Hopefully one day he can come back and at least be part of the front office in San Jose. Maybe someone you should interview, though, would either be Rabbit Sponge or Bailey Island or Dad.
Dad. We need to get Dad in here. Does everybody know about Dad? Does anybody know about Dad?
No. And there's only one way to have the people know about Dad is get him in here.
I will see if I can get Dad in here. Maybe we can get him as he's closing up Canadian GameStop sometime.
Hopefully.
As he counts his ridiculous $2 coins and Monopoly money.
That's so dumb. There's no such thing. He needs to throw that away.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of the next thing to ask you. I apologize. It's late.
Typical fucking hate and friendship like normal. Can't even get on to the questions.
Next question. Son of a bitch. Oh, I can't have a serious chat with you at all. I can't. And this is going in the podcast. This part right here, where I can't have a serious chat with you because you'll just accuse me of hating friendship, and you'll just say that I love Casey Colby more.
I mean, how many interviews have you done with him?
2. And they weren't interviews. They were just talking about the league.
Whatever. 2, right? How many other people besides Sabercats have you had on here? Like 7.
Yeah, like 7.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? No, I did do a Sabercat as one of my first podcasts.
Who?
Bailey Island.
You're a damn lie because he wasn't on the fucking team yet. That doesn't count.
But he is now. It counts.
No, it doesn't.
Count it.
What a bitch.
You count it. It was a Bailey Island interview before he was a Sabercat.
Was it an interview or was it you just stroking his ego the whole time? Let's be honest.
Porque no los dos. All I gotta say is faced.
I fucking hate you.
I know you do. I'm gonna drag you kicking and screaming through the rest of this hour. You and my audience. Everybody's just gonna hate this. It's gonna be awful.
Everybody or nobody, because nobody.
Well, yeah, nobody. Nobody's gonna hate this because nobody's gonna listen to this.
We're gonna listen to it and just be like, "What the fuck were we doing?"
There is one person who will listen to this. Hi, Grader. How are things? If you've gotten this far, I appreciate your time, and just know that you've only got like 30 minutes left.
Oh my god, it's only been 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Tim Best. If this is Tim Best, hi. If this is Jay Parks, hey. If this is Paul Demirio, I saw what you did on Discord. I'm fucking active. If this is...
I hope it's Miller. I hope it's Miller. I'd just be like, too. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Oh, at least it's better than it's going to be better than the Sandoval podcast. So we got that going for us, which is nice.
I can't listen to those podcasts. I've tried, and I don't know which one it is, but whoever's got the fucking fish tank or whatever in the room, I listen to 5 minutes, and
I can't hear you.
Guys, hello?
All right, I feel bad about taking shots at everybody. No, I don't. I don't feel bad about taking shots at everybody.
Oh my
This
god.
this is in no way connected to the head office. I do have to make that one clear, but this is 100% Sweetwater being a dumbass with a teammate that he has fun talking with.
Yeah, I forgot. Head office now. You gotta watch what you say,
I
motherfucker.
do have to watch what I say,
Sucks
but so
for
do you,
Why?
because I'll just ban you.
So that wouldn't be the first time.
I have spoken!
Fucking Canton Island or fucking not Canton Island. You got lit up against Arizona. You suck.
Yeah, I do. I do suck. I'll admit that. I'll be the first one to admit that. After putting up fucking 4 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6 in preseason, I managed to shit the bed in the very first game.
What was that? Preseason. That's why you suck.
Yeah, it was preseason. Hey, speaking of preseason, how do you feel about our preseason?
It was a preseason.
Oh my god, you're the worst.
I know.
Thanks. You know what? This is why I bring Casey Colby on, because he'll actually talk about shit.
I'm pulling it up, motherfucker.
Yeah. You pull it up. You pull it up and you tell me what you think. As co-GM of this team, I would think you would have this information ready to go. This is a total disrespect. We should have gone with TLK. He was obviously the better candidate.
Y'all fucked up. That's all I gotta say.
He definitely would have gotten more from that deal for less.
We went 2-2 in preseason, beating Baltimore and Yellowknife at home, losing to the Yeti and Arizona on the road.
How the hell did we lose to the Yeti?
That was before they started fire sailing the whole fucking team. That's how.
Oh, okay.
And then Arizona, it's Arizona. We did better in the preseason against them than we did now, but they disrespected the fuck out of us by playing, was that Aspie or whatever the fuck his name is?
Aspie? I think it's a sippy, but if it is Aspie.
No, it's Aspie. It's Aspie.
Is it Aspie or is it Aspie? Like, is it pee that comes from your ass, or is he an Asperger's person?
Both. It's gotta be both. Because that's what, Death on Reddit, right? It's gotta be both.
I think that is Death on Reddit.
Yeah. Doesn't that speak for itself right there?
Yeah, it definitely does. No, it definitely does. Death on Reddit seems like, he reminds me of my cousin, who was definitely raised on only the internet. Like, they used to have kids who were raised on TV. He was raised on the internet.
That's the worst. No, never mind. Can't say that.
What can't you say? Come on.
No, we're gonna be nice.
Aww. We'll save it for later. We'll save it for the Discord later.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's not a bad kid. I think he said he was like 15, but god damn.
I mean, all right, okay. I'm gonna bring this one to you here. Which troll annoys you the most? And I'm gonna give you an A. I'm gonna give you an A, B, and a C here. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
A. Ricardo Sandoval. B. Aspie. Or C. Archon.
Sandoval.
Really?
He's the one in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think he bothers me the most. But like not a bad bother or like getting under my skin. It's just one of those like you read it and you're just like, man, not again. But he hasn't been doing it so much lately, actually.
Yeah, I don't think he has.
So it doesn't really count.
He's kind of calmed down a little bit. He's very active in the Discord, but I think he's calmed down a bit.
Cool. Didn't mean to do that. My bad.
Oh my god, you're ruining all of my podcast. This is why I can't have nice things.
You're welcome. No, I'm an idiot. Just know.
This is why the Wraiths can't have the sim.
This is exactly why the Wraiths can't have the sim. Because I fucked it up.
It is your fault. You know why they can't have it? It's because we bought all the copies of it before they could get it.
We bought the last fucking 5 copies.
Yeah, don't like 6 people on our team have the sim at this point?
I don't even know anymore. Does Smallwood have it?
I have it. Do you have it?
I do have it. I've been running Sims the past. Oh, you're a fucking idiot.
I know you have it. I was being facetious. Come on.
Big words, like you went to college or something.
Yeah. I went to 2 colleges.
But no, yeah, I have it. You have it. Miller has
Miller
it.
has it.
I
I
think
think
TOK
TLK
has
has
it.
it. I think he
Yeah,
does.
and I think CK has it as well.
CK has it, and there's one
Oh,
more on our team
fucking
that
Yates
has it.
has it.
Yates has it.
The man, the silent killer, fucking Jordan Yates.
So 6 people on our team have it, yet nobody on that organization. Sorry, I'm going to poke a little bit of fun at him. Archon was giving me shit in the Discord for saying that it's their fault, because it kind of is. Somehow 6 people on our team managed to get it, and their team, who has arguably more active people who are more invested in it. I was surprised to find out that Berserkcap didn't have it being a GM, but I was even more surprised that Casey Colby didn't have it being as invested in this league as he is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess they all were just using the freaking demo and didn't realize that it ended after 2 seasons. But hey,
Right.
everyone makes mistakes, right?
They do, although it was put out around the league that the 2-season thing was a thing, and I think at one point in their demo download it said you can only play 2 seasons, but I could be wrong there. I just bought the game straight out. I believe they were operating under the idea that it was still $40, which it wasn't. They starting in August, they dropped it down to I don't know. I think they dropped it down to $10. I bought it for $10.
I bought mine for $10. I wasn't spending anything more than 10. I didn't even want to spend 10 for it. Shit.
I know. Well, there you have it. I mean, it was available at a good price, so I don't know what to say. Do I feel for them? Maybe a little bit, but
it sucks.
It does suck, but it's their own fault. Hopefully they buy 18 before we swap over to that. I don't know when that's happening. I know it will happen, but I'm not exactly sure.
Everything happens. It'll happen eventually. I'd say give it 2 or 3 seasons and we'll probably finally make the switch. But you're going to need a lot more people to buy the copies of 18 and do a shit ton of test sims and wait for them to update it and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I know Ur's working hard on that. I know the head office is discussing what is going on in terms of it's got some new features like the coaching feature and some other stuff. We're just trying to figure out how to make it work with our league. The designers of the league, if you haven't listened to my interview with Amerizer, he talks to me about this a bit. The designers of the sim want basically nothing to do with our league. From what I can tell, they're a little bit upset that our league exists. Which is confusing because I get why they are, because the sim is designed for single users to play online and not for it to be one use shared throughout everything. But I would argue enough people in the league have bought it that the outreach has gotten them more sales than they would have normally gotten.
There's probably other leagues that use the same system. Doesn't the frickin' shitty EFL use this?
Yeah, the EFL, the pay-to-win league, it does use it.
So there you go. There's at least another shit ton of copies for this game for that game.
Right. I mean, well, think about it this way. We had 6 copies sold just with our team. I know not every team had 6 people buy copies, but if the simmer buys it, we've had 2 different simmers. Each one of them have bought it. I know Ballerstorm owns it because he's the owner of the league and he wanted to make sure that's what we wanted to use, I believe. I'm 90% sure he bought it. We know that, if I assume that, I assume incorrectly, but assuming every GM of any of the teams had bought it, even just one of them, there's 10 teams in the league, that's 10 copies sold. No, there's 12 teams in the league, 14. Sorry, there's 8 in the league and 6 in the DSFL, so 14 teams. That's 14 more copies than they would have sold than normal. So that, we're looking at 20 copies right there. I don't imagine they sell a ton of this. They're a pretty lesser known company, but we got 14 copies right there. If one other person on every team buys it, you're looking at almost 50 copies that they would not have sold normally, and there's 2 leagues, so double that.
Yeah, we're just making this company a shit ton of money. What asshole.
Yeah, and they don't want any. They honestly, according to Air, they want nothing to do with this. He keeps asking them questions about stuff, and they're just kind of like, fuck off. You're not our target audience. I don't know if they do that exactly, but they definitely don't make it a priority to answer him.
I mean, they're just like, some kids on the forum. Who cares? I think that's what their idea is.
I just don't think that they like that we have like 100 active users and they're not part of that.
I mean, they can come join us anytime they want.
They absolutely can. They can tell us how we're using the sim wrong.
You can tell us, hey, you're all fucking stupid. What are you doing? Why do you have all this shit
right?
turned off? Who knows? Oh, they're probably just stuck up.
Who knows? But that's the sim we're stuck with for right now. 2018 will come along. It looks better. Hopefully it runs better. Hopefully it fixes some of the dumb issues we've got going on right now.
Who knows? Does it actually look better? Now you're going to make me go look this up, aren't you?
Yeah, it does actually look better. I downloaded the demo today. It looks a little bit better.
What, do the circles look better?
They do. There's a new 2D map thing where you can kind of watch more. It shows more of the plays.
Instead of just the big plays.
Yeah. It shows incomplete passes. It shows punt and kick returns. It shows all sorts of stuff. It shows all the stuff that normally just gets skipped over.
And looking at the pictures, it looks like it doesn't actually show them by their numbers anymore. It shows them by position, so you can figure out who the fuck is who, so you don't have 3 number 17s on the field at
Do we have 3? I thought we only had 2.
that was a hypothetical, man. Come on.
Okay. I know we do have 2 number 17s.
No, we sent Tamar down to the DSFL, man. You need to keep up with the times.
Oh, I do. Who all did we send down to the DSFL? We sent
Peterson, Dad. I can pull up the list for you right now. Give me 1 second.
No, you don't have 1 second.
All right, give me 2 seconds. Because you're a swell guy.
It's been 2 seconds.
Okay, we sent down Matthew Peterson, Matthew Peterson, John Goose, Manny Paz, Victor DeMar, and Ben Hartsock.
Was Goose one of the ones that was active, or is he an inactive?
No, he's a season 1 inactive. He was here before me.
I'm thinking of Ducks.
Yeah, rest in peace.
What happened to Ducks?
I don't know. Ducks. Don't you eat duck? Duck is delicious.
Last time I had duck was that duck confit poutine that one of the places down the street has.
Oh.
'Cause I'm fancy.
Pinkies up, bitches.
I mean, it's duck confit, which is duck rendered in its own fat, so, fattening, with cheese curds on French fries with gravy.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a Canadian dish, poutine. If you have not had it, I highly recommend it. It pairs great with a Unibrew beer, but if you just make the ultra cheap version, which is just fries with cheese and gravy, I mean, that's essentially all it is. I like saying duck confit poutine because I'm a massive. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's late and I'm losing it a little bit.
Clearly. Can you even say that here?
I don't know. I'm probably going to edit that part out and people are going to be confused when they get to this part and there's something missing and it's just us laughing and saying, can you even say that here? Maybe I'll put a beep in.
Beep. You're going to censor us now?
Maybe I'll put a wow in.
You can listen to all this and censor us all over the fucking place.
Oh, well, I don't censor out cuss words because we're adults. And this is America.
Because America. That's something I'm still waiting on for you to do though. If you had forgotten, you son of a bitch.
What did I forget?
Where's my beer?
Oh yeah, that's right. The Sabercats beer exchange. We were gonna do that. I can flip that right the fuck back around on you, motherfucker. Where's my beer?
You said you were gonna be the first to send, and I was up
I
in
don't
Michigan.
remember that.
I was
I
the
think you're
first.
pulling that straight out of your ass.
I was up in Michigan last week and had some Michigan beer, so I'm still waiting for your quote unquote delicious Detroit beer, which is probably fucking piss water.
Oh my god, you can eat so many dicks.
Because you can't handle the truth?
No. Because you're a massive
I'm an idiot.
I know, I'm the worst.
I mean, as long as
how
you
do
can
people
admit
stand being on this podcast with me, honestly?
I've thought about hanging myself at least 3 times already.
I thought about hanging you too.
What the fuck? I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
I do have to do what I gotta do. This is gonna be my worst rated episode ever. And it's gonna be because it's lighthearted and me talking with you about bullshit interspersed with NSFL things. But at least we're talking about some NSFL things. So I believe the podcast does still qualify.
You know what we should start doing? You should just
What?
leave this running like 24/7 while we're just on Discord and just use those as podcasts because we're on it all the fucking time almost every night.
We almost could.
That would be making so much
It's
money.
interestingly tempting. We can get people in on our HOTS live streams.
We always talk about the NSFL even when we're playing games and shit.
We actually do talk about the NSFL most of the time we're playing
Because
games.
we have no fucking life.
We really don't. I don't.
You don't.
I definitely don't.
I do.
I don't have a son or college.
Or friends.
Or friends. No, that's actually a true statement.
Or family. Like,
No, none of them are here. No.
God, your life is depressing, man.
Yeah, I get to do whatever I want whenever I want, and I have an excessive amount of money. God, it's the worst.
I mean, if you just sit at home all day, it is kind of the worst.
Yeah, it is kind of the worst. No, I'm depressed as shit, but you know,
God.
at least I hang out on this league, and it gives me some sort of validation in my life. I'm a commissioner in the league. There's like at least 100 people here who have to respect me now.
Respect my daughter.
Respect my daughter.
Oh, fucking goddamn it.
That is the most meaning in my life right now, is that I'm the commissioner of a hypothetical
You're not a commissioner,
league.
you're a liar.
I am not a liar. I'm sorry, if you go to my profile right now and you click on Sweetwater, right under my name it says commissioner. So
it says NSFL executive committee.
What?
What? You got the gray text, boy. You don't got orange. You ain't special.
I have orange. Are you kidding?
I'm looking at it right now.
I am too.
Damn it.
I think you're wrong.
I lied to you. You're right.
This would not be the first time you were wrong, and it won't be the last time you were wrong. You were wrong about me not interviewing Sabercats. You were wrong about you being a good candidate for my first one. You were wrong about me not ever doing an interview with you.
I'm pretty sure this is the best interview you've ever done. You're welcome.
It may be. It may just be. I'm at a loss for words here. The problem with this is that because we talk so goddamn much, and because we probably spent 3 hours or 4 hours, probably, if not 5, talking before this fucking podcast, we kind of screwed ourselves.
I mean, I told you 3 hours ago to do this shit. But whose fault is that?
To do. You don't know my responsibility.
I don't have any responsibilities.
I have so many. My first one is to make your character a woman and to change your name in your
Okay,
account
that's fine.
to butt liquor.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
To man butt liquor.
Oh,
Oh God, I really, really want to abuse my mod powers on you, but I just can't.
oh, fucking! Is this gonna be mod abuse gate?
No, it's not gonna be mod abuse gate because I'm not gonna do it, but I want to
Pussy.
and know that I could.
You won't though, cause you're a giant pussy.
You know, the day before I quit, I'm abusing the fuck out of my powers
You'll
on you.
never quit.
You're right. I'll be here forever because I've got nothing else in my life.
Oh, you'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine. All right, just so we can actually end on some NSFL bullshit or talk about anything like that. How do you think we're going to do for the rest of the week here? What's our next game? Who's that against?
Fucking Yellowknife.
Oh shit, we beat their asses in preseason. We gonna repeat that performance?
I would love to, especially since we're in San Jose again. It would be nice to see.
Yeah, it would. We beat them on the road. We should be able to beat them at home. And I'm expecting big things from our defense, and I'm hoping that our offense can cope.
I hope so. Like I said, I can't wait to see what these three do against Yellowknife.
I also would love for you to make an aggressive GM move and try to trade for Chris Oroz, the quarterback for the Yellowknife Wraiths. I feel like that would make our team crazy good.
I don't see Berserk Cap trading him at all.
That's fair. When does he hit free agency?
This off-season, I think, but so do I.
Aggressive bid.
I
You're a GM now.
I already told CK, end of the season, I'm going into free agency, so.
So we lose 2 GMs. Rip our team.
You'll be okay. Maybe you could be oh, you can't. Maybe TLK can take it over since you already hate me anyway.
Yeah, TLK is going to do it.
There you go.
He's going to make the Sabercats great again, like back before you were co-GM. Remember that time you were co-GM and we lost 100% of our regular season games?
No, because that's never going to happen.
It currently is happening.
Oh, one game. Stop being.
We have a 0% win record under your oversight. How do you feel?
Technically,
explain yourself.
Technically, it's CK's oversight, and I'm just like his little side guy.
You're his side bitch?
Whoa, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Muford, S-ing that D to move up in the world and immediately turning it down.
Fuck you. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. You've just told us the Sabercast Nation, yes, that's right, the Sabercast Nation, that you, Muford, just sucked up to CK Royal to get the job and will be going into free agency the same season.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta chase that money.
You're the worst.
I know. You'll be okay.
Yeah, my contract ends not in this season, but in 2 more seasons, I think.
Like, you don't even know your own contract. What kind of player are you? Clearly,
a bad one. I'm a bad one.
Clearly.
I guess I only made the Pro Bowl and was like ranked above all the other corners, but not really because of Noble's bullshit.
You'll live.
No, I won't.
Oh my god, what a baby.
No. Say it.
You're
say
a
my
baby.
name and say it was worth Let's say that I'm better.
You're worse.
Oh, you're the worst.
You'll be okay.
Ugh. All right. Well, I guess on this disappointing, I'm sorry for this podcast creator who's listening to this at this point still. I need to edit some of this out, obviously, including this part. So, for the three people who have gotten this far, being myself, Muford, and the poor grader who has to listen to the end of this here, thank you for staying. If any of you other people actually got through this, oh my God, you guys are troopers. They will not all be this bad. This is 100% Muford's fault. He will be getting probably no money in this because he hates friendship. But I want to thank you for your continued listening, for your subscriptions on YouTube, for smashing that like button, for donating to my non-existent Patreon, and for accepting me as new czar of the league. Next week will be the next interview you'll hear up will be Baller Storm, which is a huge deal. It's a much better interview and with a much more important person than Buford. So you'll definitely want to listen to that one.
Your mom thinks I'm important.
My mom doesn't know you. Don't lie to yourself. I guess this is it. Oh my God. This was a bad idea. I knew this was a bad idea from the start. We'll see you next week with somebody on the Sabercats who doesn't suck.
Bye.
Oh my God, I can't end the recording.
You fucking